Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Pompano Beach. And I know everybody, Jordan was just in California. I was listening to his music right before I was playing wonderful, wonderful songs. Just had a great time. But I actually do live in Pompano Beach, so welcome to my little seafood festival. It's almost 3:30, and it's Saturday, and we're all hunkered down. So for me, I hope for you, it's happy hour. Going to have a couple of laughs, I hope, during this set, and make you welcome to my neighborhood here, just here in Pompano Beach. I live in an old folks area. It's called Schleicherville, I think is what they got, Leisureville, but it's a good time. And I live in South Florida for a long, long time. 45 years I've been down here, and I used to play the festival about 15 or 20 years ago, and it's real nice being back again. So anyway, like I said, it's happy hour. I want to kick off a little song that I wrote. I'm going to do a few tunes that I wrote here this afternoon, but this is one that's called I Guess I'll Have Another Beer. It's kind of a love song. You know what I'm talking about? Like this. I lost my dog on a camping trip. You should have seen him run. And here and there I've lost a bet. You son of a gun. I've lost it, love, a time or two, traveling coast to coast. But of all the things I've lost in life, I miss my mind the most. I lost my sweet virginity, but I sure did have a ball. I lost some days when I was drunk, and brother, that ain't all. I lost some friends along the way, good ones I suppose. But of all the things I've lost in life, I miss my mind the most. I've been slowly going crazy one day at a time. I've become a holy terror since I lost my mind. I'm certified, it's verified, the doctor diagnosed. And of all the things I've lost in life, I miss my mind the most. I lost my job to a younger man, less than half my age. I lost my way in the parking lot while trying to find the stage. It's of all that I've lost in life, I don't compare to ghost. But of all the things I've lost in life, I miss my mind the most. I've been slowly going crazy one day at a time. I've become a holy terror since I lost my mind. I'm certified, it's verified, the doctor diagnosed. And of all the things I've lost in life, I miss my mind the most. Said of all the things I've lost in life, I miss my mind the most. Out of everything I've lost in life, I miss my mind the most. This is where you're all supposed to be clapping along. Yay, Daryl, that was so good. I'll drink to that anyway. But you know, the truth is, I was saying a while ago, I came to South Florida. January was 45 years ago for me, down from a farm up in Ohio with a bunch of raggedy old hippie bluegrass musicians. They were still my friends today, and I love them and I miss them. But it was quite a culture shock coming from a 180-acre farm in Ohio to South Florida. And let me tell you what, the 70s and the 80s down here were just the best. And I've loved Florida for a long time. There's no place I would rather be. And I want to do a little song for you that I wrote that's kind of my little tribute to Florida. And I call this Drifting Along with the Wind. I hope you like this. It's a little calmer than that first song. It goes like this. I like to live by the ocean, down by the tropical sea. Breeze sets the palm trees in motion. Easy to mystify me. Feeling the sun on my shoulders, wiping the spray from my face. How can I mind growing older, long as I'm winning the race? Fly like a bird in the morning, dream like a child after noon. morning slips up with no warning, leading the stars and the moon. I got no reason to ramble, I'm content with sand in my shoes. I'm always willing to gamble, long as I've nothing to lose. I take a day at a time, ignore what I don't comprehend. I guess that you could say I'm drifting along with the wind. Why in the world do we hurry? Restless, we're rushing about, never a reason to worry, never a reason to doubt. Flying as high as a bubble, floating out over the bay. I'll never get into trouble, long as I do what I say. I take a day at a time, ignore what I don't comprehend. I guess that you could say I'm drifting along with the wind. 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 I feel like I've never done one of these before. It's fine. This comments. So many friends are out there, and the gentleman who put this whole thing together, he says, like, there's a Venmo. We have like a tip cup or something. He says we should do like a Venmo, buy Daryl a beer Venmo. Well, I'll drink to that. Kyle, I'm liking you better and better, pal. Happy hour. So anyway, I came down here like 45 years ago, and it was really difficult not to be influenced by this guy, Buffett, Jimmy Buffett, and I like Jimmy Buffett a lot. You know what? I've enjoyed. I think when the first song I ever learned was "Come Monday," and I do a lot of his songs. I still do a lot of his songs, but I came to this thing. Now some of you know this story, but I do a lot of songs by Jimmy Buffett, and it just kind of aggravates me sometimes because he doesn't do anything by me. So I wrote him this song so he would know how I feel about this relationship that we don't have. And this is called Nothing by Me. It's for you, Jimmy. I play guitar in a local bar each night from 9 till 2. The crowd calls out for favorite songs they like to hear me do. There's just one thing that don't seem right, I'm sure that you'll agree. I do all these songs by Jimmy Buffett, but he don't do nothing by me. I try to play most every song the people want to hear. Sometimes they stoke my tip cup, sometimes they buy me beer. I played in Tallahassee and all down through the Keys, doing all these songs by Jimmy Buffett, but he don't do nothing by me. And I sing Come Monday, Margaritaville, and grapefruit, juicy fruit, while Jimmy gets the glory and he makes all the loot. A pirate looks at 40 sounds like my life history. So I'm doing all these Buffett songs, but he don't do nothing by me. Someday I hope I make it big, make records of my own. And as I'm lying by the pool in my tropic island home, I pick up the telephone and hear a humble plea. Hey man, it's Jimmy Buffett, have you got any songs for me? And I sing Come Monday, Margaritaville, and grapefruit, juicy fruit, while Jimmy gets the glory and takes home all the loot. A pirate looks at 40, sounds like my life history. So I'm doing all these Buffett songs, but he don't do nothing by me. I'm singing all these Buffett songs, but he don't sing nothing by me. What a kick if Jimmy Buffett sang just one song by me. But he don't. I know it's sad. I lose sleep over it sometimes. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit. But anyway, I had this other song I was going to let him have because I thought it was a perfect song. It's a love song for one thing, because I'm a 60s guy and I'm all about love. But I wrote this song. I was happily married for 3 decades plus, but there was a woman in my life that almost married her. And the crazy thing is you all probably know her. Now, some of you heard this story before. I know. But because of her name and stuff, I'm not allowed to mention her name. So some people just kind of figure it out from the song. But I was going to let Jimmy Buffett have this, but I'm so aggravated over the other one that he can't even have this one now if he asks. Or maybe nicely, but I don't know. Anyway, it's a love song. It's called West Palm Bitch. Maybe you can figure it out. She's a special kind of lady. Absolutely perfect hair. She goes to all the proper parties. Her tiny nose is in the air. She's a Palm Beach County baby. A baby doesn't have a care. She gets her tan on private beaches. She's entertaining millionaires. You'll see her out in her Mercedes. She's living east of A1A. She gets her nails done every Tuesday while sipping Perrier Jouet. She's got a cousin who's a dealer. She gets the very best cocaine. She lives the good life in the city, where every day's a holiday. She's a West Palm bitch. She doesn't know which way is which. She knows her daddy's awfully rich. She's a West Palm bitch. She never ever talks to strangers. She has an image to maintain. She's meeting Muffy for some shopping, then dashing off to catch a plane. She spends her summers in Hyannis, golf and tennis and croquet. But hurry back, my pretty baby, to Palm Beach County, FLA. She's a West Palm bitch. She doesn't know which way is which. She knows her daddy's awfully rich. She's a West Palm bitch. She's a West Palm bitch. She doesn't know which way is which. She knows her daddy's awfully rich. She's a West Palm bitch. I like it anyway. It's all made up. There really wasn't a girl like that. But the part I was saying earlier about being a 60s guy and really being all about love, that really is me. And I just dropped my thumb pick in the floor. That saved my life. But I'm a 60s guy. I was playing in coffee houses in the 60s. And I love those old folky guys and the old country guys. And I want to do a song for that. It's a country song. And it's actually a cowboy song. When I think how much I'd like for Jimmy Buffett to sing one of my songs, I would love for Willie Nelson to sing this song. I can just hear him doing this. This is called Cowgirls Love Cowboys. It goes like this. Changing the pace again here. The best thing about being a cowboy, the one thing that makes it worthwhile is the cowgirl who waits at the end of the day with her shy little welcome home smile. 'Cause cowgirls are girls for all seasons, strong when you need 'em to be, gentle as rain on a soft summer night, wild as the wind in the trees. She's such a beautiful lady, dressed in her worn dungarees. Oh, the best thing about being a cowboy is cowgirls love cowboys. The life of a cowboy ain't easy. The work and the hours are rough, but he'll hurry home to his cowgirl tonight, who never can love him enough. 'Cause cowgirls are girls for all seasons, strong when you need 'em to be, gentle as rain on a soft summer night, wild as the wind in the trees. She's such a beautiful lady, dressed in her worn dungarees. Oh, the best thing about being a cowboy is cowgirls love cowboys. A comfortable ranch in the valley, out where the whippoorwills call, and he'll spend his life with the cowgirl, winter, spring, summer, and fall. 'Cause cowgirls are girls for all seasons, strong when you need 'em to be, gentle as rain on a soft summer night, wild as the wind in the trees. She's such a beautiful lady, dressed up in her worn dungarees. Oh, the best thing about being a cowboy is cowgirls love cowboys. The best thing about being a cowboy is cowgirls love cowboys. Yeah, I like that. Well, listen, I'm trying to keep an eye on the clock over here. You know, I'm just not very good at it. I played this place, Chuck's Steakhouse, and the guys that play there, we don't normally take a break, so we go on at 7 and play till 10. Having to do a 30-minute set, it's like, I have to leave this out, I have to leave that out, I have to leave that, so I'm running out of time, and I'm running off at the mouth instead. So I'm going to do that. I want to do Underneath the Cushions on the Couch. If you're going to stick around for, I'm sure there are some children that are locked in somewhere, so I'm trying not to be too vulgar and rude, but I'm thinking about ending up with Underneath the Cushions on the Couch. I got you here, you know. Underneath the Cushions on the Couch. But I was going to do this with this one song also. This kind of, I don't play this one very often. It's something I wrote. And in a way, it's a little bit of a tribute to my dad. My dad taught me guitar at 9 years old. I was already singing in public with his brothers at the VFW. But my dad had a great sense of humor. And he played guitar and harmonica, and he sang. He was a fun. And he would just say things. He said, well, you know, no matter how far you go, that's where you are. You know, just weird stuff. And I like, one of them he used to say well, I forget already. You know, it must be is it happy hour yet? Anyway, it goes, it's called, he used to say, you know what happens when you get an itch? And I said, well, what, Dad? He said, you scratch it. So I was thinking about that one, and I wrote this song. And I think I can squeeze this one and Underneath the Cushions on the Couch and before I have to finish up here. Thank you all for being here, by the way. And don't forget the vendors. This is a seafood festival, and this is like the 36th year. But all these vendors who normally come down and line the beach and put on a show and just feed us all so well, they're not making any money. Nobody's making any money these days. It's a crazy thing. So if you go to the Pompano Beach Seafoodfestival.com website, it's got a list of all the vendors and stuff, and it's got their phone numbers, and they're delivering this afternoon. So you have them bring something over to your house, sit down at the table and watch. There's nothing to watch on television either. So come back, get safe, and watch the rest of the concert this afternoon. So anyway, here's no song. This is called When I Got an Itch, I Scratch, and When It Rains, I Let It Rain. Thanks, Dad. There's those old sayings that I never understood, where you beat your head against the wall, 'cause when you stop it feels so good. I've seldom seen the wisdom, and I'm often full of doubt, fighting forces I can't do a single thing about. But I work to change the things I can. When I can't, I don't complain, 'cause when I got an itch, I scratch, and when it rains, I let it rain. I knew a man in Ohio who'd argue through the night. He never really cared if he was wrong or he was right. I learned my lesson early, so I never got caught again. If you argue with an asshole, you got no chance to win. But I work to change the things I can. When I can't, I don't complain. Cause when I got an itch, I scratch. And when it rains, I let it rain. When the first man walked upon the earth, he started scratching itches. Now wealthy men sit scratching while they tabulate their riches. But I decided long ago, take the pleasure, leave the pain. So when I got an itch, I scratch. And when it rains, I let it rain. I read the papers every day, so I know what's going on with the hypocrites and the bureaucrats in charge in Washington. The rules are always changing, so I never learn to play. But I always make a point to vote on each election day. See, I work to change the things I can. When I can't, I don't complain. When I got an itch, I scratch. When it rains, I let it rain. I work to change the things I can. When I can't, I don't complain. When I got an itch, I scratch. But when it rains, I let it rain. When I got an itch, I scratch. But when it rains, I let it rain. Thank you, Dad. My old man was a good one. He was. He was like that old Smothers Brothers song. My old man's a sailor. What do you think about that? He wears a sailor's collar. He wears a sailor's hat. You don't remember that either, I'm sure. So we got this song, Underneath the Cushions on the Couch. And I've told this story a million times, but my kids, and I saw one of their names pop up, at least one of them I know is watching this afternoon. They used to put more junk and more crap under that old couch than you can ever imagine. And so my wife would get aggravated, and she would make me pick up one end of the couch and make them crawl underneath and get the cereal boxes and the candy wrappers and all that stuff. And I would be saying, this is getting heavy, hurry up. So I wrote this song a long, long time ago, Underneath the Cushions on the Couch, all these stupid things that they put under there. And it turned, I never figured that the most popular song I ever wrote would be a children's song, but I think it is. But here's the deal, and you know the deal. Every time I say the words, underneath the cushions on the couch, you're supposed to clap 2 times. Now, you can see me and I can't see, but don't think I'm not going to know, because I'm going to do this mentally. I'm going to feel you. I'm going to feel that. So be ready. I'm going to say it a lot, you know, so be ready for this. So listen, it's been a joy, a treat, and thank you all for supporting the Pompano Beach Seafood Festival and the arts and the vendors and all this thing that's going on. It's a tough time. It's historic, and I'm bored out of my mind. I'm sure you are too, and just mainly want you all to be safe and healthy. And when we get to the other side, we'll meet at the patio bar, and we'll just enjoy a little something. In the meantime, it's Underneath the Cushions on the Couch. Here we go. I got a place where I find great stuff underneath the cushions on the couch. Found a tangerine and a powder puff underneath the cushions on the couch. Ballpoint pens, potato chips, batteries and paper clips, souvenirs from camping trips underneath the cushions on the couch. There we go. There we go. I've got a special hiding place underneath the cushions on the couch. Things disappear without a trace underneath the cushions on the couch. Little toy boats with little toy sails, sisters' plastic fingernails, my favorite book of fairy tales underneath the cushions on the couch. There's a hammer and some purple pegs, a pair of yellow cootie legs, a box of dye for Easter eggs underneath the cushions on the couch. There's one of Daddy's dirty socks, crayons and a crayon box, 2 of Junior's building blocks underneath the cushions on the couch. A Cupid doll with just one arm, a bracelet with a missing charm, a duck from old McDonald's farm underneath the cushion on the couch. One time I thought that I was lost. Underneath the cushion on the couch, I tossed and turned, and I turned and tossed. Underneath the cushion on the couch, but I was safely in my bed. A pillow covered up my head. I'd rather be in bed instead of underneath the cushion on the couch. La 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 la. And be well, be safe, be healthy, have a great weekend, and just be good to each other. I love you. Thanks for being here today.